Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to this episode where we are talking about the shadow of exhaustion. So I've been doing a lot of shadow videos because the reason for that is I want to really get to the heart of why we experience these things, and also to remind you that these things are not part of your personality. They can shift rapidly like that, but it really does take awareness. So my name is Aishwarya, my company is Devi. I'm a transformative life coach, and I don't know what that was, and I'm really passionate about people getting to the root problems of their life to empower and liberate them, and to show them that they are just truly amazing, and all of this stuff that's been thrown on them is really probably cultural, societal, from your family, from everybody around you. And really, for you to shine and be the person you are, you need to really get to the bottom of all these things so you can be the authentic, beautiful person that you are, basically. So yeah, thank you for joining me. So the shadow of exhaustion. So do you know somebody in your life that's always exhausted? Do you yourself just feel like you don't have that energy level that you are supposed to have as a normal person? I have definitely gone through this where I feel tired all the time, blah blah blah. Why am I saying blah blah blah? It's a real issue. Look, I don't have intimacy in the moment. Look at me all hiding behind the mic. Guys, I went through this. I really was tired a big portion of my life, and I thought that was my personality. I thought that that was who I was. I even questioned things like, how am I gonna, grow up and have kids and have a family if I'm this exhausted? But guess what? That's not me. I have so much energy. I'm an energetic person. But I had to get rid of a lot of root patterns for me to truly understand that this is who I was. And so I really want to help other people that are struggling with this. The number one reason that you may be feeling drained is that you are just around the wrong people. The reason I can't even say this is because this is such a big issue. This is such a big issue with the clients I see. This is such a big issue with the people I talk to. You know the saying, like, the top 5 people that you are around, you're like, that's so true. Like, you are around, or you take on their energy, like depending on how sensitive you are. I'm very sensitive. I literally take on whoever I'm around, their energy. So like, you need to really look at who you're around, whether they give you life or whether they drain you. Because if you're around people that drain your energy, and I'm not even gonna go and call people energy vampires, because it's really up to us to be able to identify. It's not the person's fault that they're like that. I mean, of course they can do some self-work to not be like that, but I'm not gonna blame that person, because we're all about taking responsibility and taking accountability for ourselves on this channel, right? We're all about just looking at what we can do instead of this person is bad and they need to change, because we don't have control over that. Like, we just don't. It's about us. We only have control over ourselves, and we're not victims. We can do things to get past these problems that we face and these issues that hold us down. So really and truly, guys, like, you need to look at your circle, especially look at the people that you talk to every day, and look at how they make you feel. Do they make you feel energized, or do they make you feel tired? Do they give you life, or do they take life away? Do they give you life force energy, or do they take life force energy away? Do they make you feel uplifted, or do they just make you feel like you want to go to bed? Do they make you feel like encourage you and support you, or do they tell you that your dreams are just, there's no point and it's not gonna work, and they've seen a million people try and all of that? What side are they on? Like, how does it make you feel? Number one thing, how do you feel when you leave the interaction? If you are consistently around a person, partner, whatever it is, that drains you, right? We're going to go on to the next bit. You are around the wrong people, or I'm not saying go and cut everybody out of your life, but I am saying if it's like quite a lot though, do. I'm being serious, guys, do. You know, if someone is consistently like not making you feel good, you shouldn't be around that person. And if you want more insight into this, go listen to my podcast episode. I don't know the exact title, but something like, are they toxic for me, right? Because I really go into if someone's really toxic for you, or if you're just like, you know, interpreting it differently. But if someone really is toxic for you, just seriously, like, just cut them out of your life. And like, if nothing improves, if you cut them out of your life and nothing changes, then most likely it's not that person. But if you cut them out of your life and you feel really good, it is that person, or it's your interaction with that person, or it's how that person makes you feel, or it's the perception that you have about that person. Whatever it is, it's something that's deeply affecting you and not allowing you to be who you are. And we really need to be who we are, because if we're not who we are, we're not going to carry out our higher purpose in the world. We're just not going to do it. And if you're on earth at this time, you have an important purpose, and I believe that, because on a spiritual and esoteric level, the amount of souls that want to come to earth at this time is incredible. But we're not even going to go on to that, because we're talking about something else, right? Maybe I'll do another episode on that. But we are really, so yeah, you either need to cut them out. I don't know what I'm doing, right? You either need to cut them out, or you need to have boundaries. You don't have enough boundaries with them, right? Or yourself. You don't know yourself. You just don't know. You're not aware of yourself. You're not aware of when you need to come out of a situation. Like with me, I can't, you know, there's things that drain me, and I need to have stopped doing them to realize, like, oh my God, you know, everybody else doesn't get drained by that, but I do. Because I'm doing the wrong things for my disposition, for who I am, for what I'm supposed to do in the world. That's the wrong thing. One of the things that like really drains me is like going to a supermarket to do my shopping, like like a grocery store. I don't know what it is, but every time I'm in places like that, like especially there's places with no windows and like the fresh air doesn't circulate, because I'm just so sensitive to energy that I just always come out with a headache. And I've really tested this, like I've done it on different days where I felt good and whatnot, and I just always come out with a headache. And it's just not for me, like that. And I do my shopping online now, and I'm so happy with that. I personally don't want to go into a grocery store to do my shopping. Another place that I tend to feel quite anxious, and I feel like a little bit like, is a cinema. Like really, sometimes I don't. I remember this one time I was watching this film which was really intense, like, and I had a panic attack, and I couldn't, because I was in a cinema, I had to just deal with it. Like I was just like, someone to the left of me, someone to the right of me, some like just front, back, like inside I was like, my heart was beating. That was when I really suffered badly from anxiety. I was watching the film, it was really a traumatic film. I think I was watching the film Precious. Do you guys know that film? I didn't realize what it was going to be, because if I knew what it was going to be, I wouldn't have watched it in the cinema. I would have, like, because, you know, but again, that was self-awareness. Like I didn't have the self-awareness at the time. Everybody else was fine in grocery stores and shopping centers and cinemas, and that was something that around my uni days, like a lot of people were doing, like even in a club and stuff. Like all those scenarios which I was basically doing a lot of my time were the wrong things for me. I didn't have the self-awareness to know that these are the wrong things for me. Now I like, and it's strange because, you know, I'm a singer as well, and I used to sing a lot, like on stage and go around and, you know, do all of that kind of stuff, but that wouldn't drain me because I was really in control of that. When I'm in a crowd, it's a different experience for me. I love gigs though. I love gigs. That place does not drain me. Like, it's just other things where it's this like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why we're making about this, trying to pinpoint exactly like what which scenario, but I'm just saying, like, you need to have self-awareness of what truly gives you energy and what doesn't. So if there's certain things that you need to keep doing in your life that doesn't make you feel good, you need to come out of it. It doesn't matter how small or big those things are, right? You need to just come out of it. Like with me, I don't do those things now. I don't need to. I don't even miss it. Like when you don't miss something, that's a huge sign that it's just not for you. So yeah, like that's that. And then also the boundary thing, right? With the boundary thing, if you're not like explaining your boundaries to somebody, but they're draining you, come on, you need to tell people, you need to understand yourself, and then you need to have boundaries. So if it's not that easy for you to tell the person how you feel, then you need to have boundaries with yourself, whether that be limiting the amount of time you spend with somebody. Sometimes you're not supposed to spend day and night with someone. Someone could be in your life that you absolutely love, like, but you're not supposed to spend a week with them. You're not supposed to go on holiday with that person because it's gonna drain you. You're gonna feel exhausted. You're supposed to have them in your life, but you're supposed to see them for an hour. There's other people that you can go on holiday for a week with. There's other people that you can like see longer than an hour. So you need to actually decide your boundaries around something. You need to also decide your boundaries around like what is acceptable to you and what's not. When we continuously ignore ourselves and ignore our own needs, our wants, our desires, and just let someone be a certain way to us. And I've been so guilty of this. I don't talk about things I'm not guilty of, like, but the reason I can find ways to come out of it is because I've had to do these things to come out. And it's literally not speaking up for yourself. It's literally not speaking up for yourself. It's so shocking because there could be one area of your life that you're so good at speaking up for yourself and another area of your life that you just really don't. For me, like, I'm really good at speaking up for myself in so many scenarios. When it comes to my relationships, I'm not. And that's something that's been a theme in my life. The closer you are to me, the more I tend to hold back on speaking up. If I don't know you, I'm more likely to assert my boundaries. It could be the opposite ways for you. But again, it's self-awareness. But either way, you need to figure out how to have boundaries around the thing that exhausts you. Because you need your life force energy to do what you're here to do on earth. If you're just passive, if you're too passive and you don't actively take control of your life and you don't actively take accountability and responsibility of your life and say, these are the things that make me feel exhausted, you're just gonna get drained. And the thing about exhaustion we need to be really careful about is, number one, we don't want to get burnt out. Number two, we don't want it to end in an illness. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but it's true. I want you to take action now about these things. I'm telling you what to do. You need to take action on them. Because you do. Because it's like, if you can't passively let things just happen and then expect things to change, because they won't. You're in control of your life. You need to put boundaries. You need to first figure out what it is that's affecting you, that's sucking your energy, and then now put boundaries around it. Like, can I spend less time with a person? Can I say to the person, actually, I'm all right with these things, but I'm not okay with that. Like, that actually goes against my core values, the way I feel about myself. I'm not okay with it, right? And again, if it's something like a job, if you're in a job that's not serving you, I'm so passionate about this because I don't think that the 9-to-5 structure and the corporate landscape, I had a very short time working in corporate. I worked in finance. It's not made to support humanity. Let's just put it that way. It's made to get results for a certain purpose, right? And if that is really tiring you out and you come home at the end of the day, you're just flat out, you can't do anything. It's an incompatibility. Like, listen to my video on incompatibility. It's just it's incompatible with you. And things that are incompatible with you will not give you life. It will not give you energy. And also listen to my other episode about the energy. I don't ever know my titles. Shoot me if I'm not professional enough. Whatever. It's the one with the green background and someone jumping. Go listen to it, right? Because energy is something I've struggled with. Now, the older I've got, the more energy I have, the more I can do in my day. Finally, like, are you looking after yourself? You know, are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating the right food? There is different foods. There's foods that give you life force. Like in Ayurveda, which is like a South Indian practice, all about looking at how food and how, like, it's a natural alternative way of nutrition and lifestyle. And some foods give you energy and some foods actually take them away. Actually take energy away. Now, we don't want to go that deep into it. I might just do a video just on that. But yeah, like, it's true, it exists. Some food actually takes your energy. So are you eating right? Are you sleeping right? Sometimes you either sleep too much or you sleep too little. Yes, sleeping too much can actually make you feel tired, because there's been times in my life where I feel like I need to sleep more and more and more. And it just never works, because you just end up sluggish. So yeah, sort out your sleep hygiene. It's a real thing, you guys. Sort out your sleep cycle as well. Switch off those devices before going to bed. I haven't mastered that one, so I'm not gonna act like, you know, I've got that one down like to a T, because I haven't. I really am guilty of switching it right before I go to sleep, and I put my phone on flight mode right before I go to sleep. So yeah, like, it's a thing that I'm guilty of. But yeah, I'm saying it to you guys. I'm gonna be a hypocrite, you know. But yeah, so how many times have we said yeah now? Literally. What was I even talking about? So sleep hygiene, eat well, and exercise. People who don't have a habit of exercising, they always think that exercising is going to take energy away. It's opposite. Like, when you are spending that energy, you're actually going to get it back, like, times more. I don't want to say times 10, times more. You're going to get it back more than you've put in. And same with meditation, same with connecting, switching off your mind. All these things are things that are going to give you energy back after you do them. Same with eating right. Portion size, don't eat too much, don't eat too little. All these tiny, like, fractions of things that you focus on are going to make a big difference in the long run. So you might not be feeling exhausted, but you might need more energy. And this is kind of a part 2 to my other energy video, energy podcast. So, but it's something that I really want to focus on. I really, really want to focus on it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Comment below the things that give you life and the things that exhaust you, because I want other people to see these comments and have this awakening. I want them to have this self-awareness of, like, what actually am I, you know, what does give me energy in my life. And actually, I'm going to give you guys some homework. I want you to really make a list of all the things that energize you and all the things that don't, because that's going to show you what's taking away energy and what gives you energy. And actually, when you feel you don't have energy, I want you to have that list up. I want you to have that list on your phone or on your laptop, or like just whatever, your journal. And the minute you are low on energy, I want you to look at that list. And I want you to now do something on the list that gives you energy, because we want to have we never want to deplete our life force so much that we can't be our best selves and we can't work on ourselves and we can't have awareness. Because if we are always at a state of energy and we never rise above that, we are going to continuously be at the same level. Like, when you want to grow, and we all need to grow because we're humans and we evolve, but like, with the growing thing, you need energy for that. You actually need tons of energy to level up. So I want people to get to a state where they're managing their energy. Now, with a lot of my clients as well, this is something I really go into. Yes, I really focus on inner transformation, but it's also about these minute details of your lifestyle that support that. And you don't want to be running on zero. Like, you want to always have like reserve you know, do the things you need to do. So lots and lots of love, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will love to see you on the next episode. Have a beautiful week. Lots of love. Bye.